Greetings from Podcastville. Tonight's Church of What's Happening Now is brought to you by Onnit. Listen, if you're looking for supplements, Onnit is the way to go. From Shroom Tech Sport to Alpha Brain, listen, you can't fucking lose. You understand me? Now, they got the kettlebells, they got the weighted vest. I can't help you with that. As far as supplements, I'll get you 10% off. Go to Onnit.com right now and press in.
Church.
Bam! You get 10% off your first order delivered to your fucking door like a savage. Number 2, are you lonely? No, talk to me. You know, I'm your Uncle Joey. Are you lonely? Are you sick and tired? Have you tried online dating? Chances are you run into lazy text messages, dead-end conversations, random matches that don't turn into dates. You hook up with them. They tell you they're a witch in their previous life or something. But have you seen the success stories from eharmony? Real people finding real matches with eharmony. You understand me? This is what I'm going to do. Start your journey to love, to a satisfying, meaningful relationship. It can be fun to play around with online dating apps, but when you're ready to seriously fall in love with somebody, I mean, you know, they come over, you rub each other's toes, that type of stuff. There's only one app that's built to bring you real love, and that's eharmony. Come see how eharmony can change your life. Go to eharmony.com right now and get started. There's no reason to be sitting there eating donuts with a cat. Enter code CHURCH at checkout, all right? Lee, kick this motherfucking mule. What's happening, you bad motherfuckers? Uncle Joey here. Aubrey Marcus in the motherfucking house.
What's up, my man?
I can't call it, man. The Flying Jews here, looking fucking dapper. Number 1, if you came to the Comedy Store last night to support, whatever, man, thank you. I owe you my fucking life. Whether we get it or not, we got the opportunity to showcase. That's all that matters, and I was prepared. You can't take shit like that on the chin, or if not, they'll eat you alive. I know this now at 55. It's a tough pill to swallow when you're 35, but I'm telling you, sometimes a no, it's better than a yes. So whatever happens, I did my job. I worked hard. I worked out. I brought it, and now it's up to Netflix to make the decision. Whatever way, I'm not a sore loser. I'll figure out a fucking special, even if I do with my man Joe Rogan. That's it. That's the key to life.
That is absolutely the key to life, man. You're just responsible for the process. You're just responsible for fucking sending it.
I just want you to be prepared. Like, if I don't, that's the most important thing.
Yeah.
That I didn't know at 25 and 27 and 28 and 32. Preparation is the key. If you're prepared, you go into battle. You know, every time you go on stage, anytime you play tennis, anytime in your head, it has to be a battle. So when you go into battle, as long as you're prepared and you know in your heart that you prepared. I mean, Monday night I went to a $5 open mic, the Fourth Wall. There's no ego here involved. This is about being the best that you could be. You know, when I first moved here, they didn't like me. People didn't like me. It's the way it was. So my goal wasn't to become a producer or a director or a fucking magician comic. My goal was to become the funniest person I could become, because they can't take that from you.
Yeah.
You know, my mother used to always say, I don't care if you're a janitor, as long as you're the best janitor on the floor. You know what I'm saying? If you're the best janitor, they can't take that away from you.
And it takes the pressure off when you put in all the work. That's all you're responsible for is just showing up and doing your best. And then let it be, man. You know, like, don't judge yourself based on the outcome. Just know that you gave it. And that's it.
That's it. I never used to do that. I would go to those showcases, never prepare 6 minutes. I'll never forget Joe, when he was really hot from Fear Factor. They gave him a slot on Friday nights. They gave him, there was a show on NBC called Fridays. It was on after the news, it was like the original. What's the kid now that's big? Then he has the later show on NBC, and they do
James
bangs.
Corden?
He was kind of like James Corden. There's one even after James Corden. That guy. Joe hosted
Carson Daly.
It was Joe hosted that Friday, and it was going to be Joe's comedy buddies to do it. And I'll never forget that Sussman and the guy from NBC were there, and it was like stealing. It was my job to lose it. Well, I lost it. And the next day, Joe was fucking pissed. Like, he wasn't there. But he said, we went against what you did. You went up there and played dice instead of fucking doing you. Now I can't give you. I mean, Joe was really upset because he really wanted me to get this.
Yeah, he loves you.
But I didn't prepare, you know, and those are the lessons that you learn. Like, you never take even a 6-minute showcase for granted now. Like, when I go to the Fourth Wall even, it's a bunch of open mic young kids with the same dream I had. I go to destroy that fucking place, whatever I got, because now you learn, that's how you get ready for whatever the fuck is going on.
And you have to learn that way, like you have to fuck it up a few times. Like whatever you did wrong, know that you needed to do that wrong in order to get better the next time, like you had to fuck that one up so that you could be as great as you are now. Like it's all part of the process.
It's so funny. Like I knew that I had to do a set before the Comedy Store last night. And I went to the Improv and just ate a bag of dicks because I fucking knew I was going to eat a bag of dicks. I just knew it. I knew that if I went in there loose, I'm the type of guy who would never be a good UFC fighter because you knock me out in the first round, it's over. I'm just getting started. Yeah. Once you knock me out, once I smell the smelling salts, what happened? He knocked you out. Wait a second. Give me 5 minutes. Give me one more shot at this. And now I'm one of those guys. I got a second wind. You know what I'm saying? Like I'd be 0-11. But I'd be 8-0 in the locker room against the guy afterward. Like I'd fuck him up and I'd get suspended or something like that. Like I'd knock him out with a karate kick.
I understand that. When I used to play basketball, I would be, for the big games, I'd be so nervous that I'd intentionally make like hard contact with someone on a screen or something on defense, sometimes get a foul called because I just needed to feel something hard, like go straight as hard as I could to the hole. And to feel that contact and then like feel something and then I could loosen up. Like I had to get hit or hit somebody and then I was like, all right, now we're playing.
Now we're playing. Then you have to like fall down or chase the ball.
Exactly. Something like that.
Where'd you get a basketball scholarship to? I forget.
I didn't get a scholarship, but I went to University of Richmond and I had some, state honors for high school basketball, play with a nationally ranked team. I could play, but I knew that I wasn't going to the NBA.
Did you walk on to the University of Richmond?
No, I played with the team for a bit, but never made the floor.
See, that's what gave me the blueprint for comedy was basketball. Like I loved basketball when I was a kid, but I was fucking horrible. And the year I made the team, we went 0-9 to even make me feel worse. And that summer, I swore that was never going to happen again. That was not going to happen in the 8th grade. And I went to like fucking. I went to Sacred, Bob Hurley's camp from St. Anthony's. I went to there. In the 8th grade, I actually got picked to go to 5-star basketball camp. He got me hooked up with Weinstein. So I was pretty good, my fucking, it's not Weinstein, it's a different, he just died. Finkelstein, he was like the Jewish guy that you called whenever you needed a college basketball player. He would pick you in those days. So he ran a camp in the summer. It's called 5-star basketball camp. Which, like, the summer I was there, Dominique Wilkins was a counselor. Like, you didn't know, but you knew. They were in college. Like, my particular counselor in my room was Kenny Dennard. Kenny Dennard actually started on that fucking Duke team. I was in the 8th grade, and I still remember one outstanding thing about Kenny Dennard. That it was hot as shit. It was Pittsburgh. It's hot. It's humid in June, and he would always have a hooded sweatshirt. And one day I go, why do you fucking wear a hooded sweatshirt? He turned around and bent over. And in his hood, he had a baby skunk.
You're fucking shit.
No, that's the first time he let me pet it. And then he brought it in the room. And I remember that song by Rick James was the hottest song. When I came from Cuba, I don't think white kids understood me. So my only friends were black. And my best friend in the world was black. Last week, somebody in Nyack, New York, a black guy came up to me, shook my hand, pulled me down, and he goes, what these white motherfuckers don't know is you're just an old school nigga. And he walked away, and I go, what the fuck did that guy just say to me? And I went back to the hotel, and he goes, right. Because that was my first exposure. Like, I learned from these brothers, but then I lost contact with brothers. And then I started playing basketball again, and that was the summer that Rick James came out with his first fucking hit. And it was called You and I. And, you had like rest periods where you woke up at 7, you didn't eat breakfast, and you did sprints and drills. Suicides. No, they had a specific, no, I was Joe Name, the football camp. That had suicides, and then you went to breakfast, and then you broke down the move of the day, rebound, and then in the afternoon you just played ball and shit like that. But whenever that song by Rick James went on, black people lost their fucking mind. And they were playing black music on the radio. Yeah. But it's called You and I. Have you ever heard You and I?
I've heard it, but yeah.
Like the beginning of it. Like, black people could be guarding each other. Like that summer was like Dominique Wilkins. It was all these.
It's
black
awesome when you have those songs that go with your ball playing.
Your ball
like
playing.
We came out to "Time for Some Action" by Redman every time. I still hear that song. I get hype. I get butterflies. I'm like, oh, let's go. Time for some action. Time for some action.
I love all that.
And I would try and dunk, but I couldn't dunk. And if I actually did, because I was always right on the cusp, because I couldn't really palm the ball that well. If I did dunk, I for sure airballed my first shot because I was so fired up that I dunked in warm-ups.
I had kicks.
Yeah.
I had kicks, so I could grab the rim. Mm-hmm. Downtown North Bergen, I missed a dunk one time. Like, I got really light, like 168, and I could get up there.
Yeah.
Like when I went to Sacred Heart, St. Anthony's basketball camp, which was called Superstar Basketball Camp, I won outstanding rebounder that week. So that's why he was recruiting me to try to go to St. Anthony's. He was recruiting me, a kid Whitey O'Donnell, and Chucky McBreen, who showed up in my show at Nyack. He's the coach of Ramapo Division III. They just went to the Final Four in Division III. He stuck with it. He's a fucking coach. I got a couple buddies. One guy, Greg Horrenda, coaches. I went to 5-star with him. We went on a bus together. He was from St. Peter's Prep. But I used the blueprint from my basketball days for comedy, which was... you play every day. Like, you just play all day. I would get up and shoot 300 shots like Jerry West first. I would find, like, somewhere that nobody would go.
I wouldn't put down a basketball until I made 3 3-pointers in a row. And that was my rule from when I was, like, 11 years old to when I was 18 years old. Like, if I touched it, I had to make 3 in a row.
See, when I was growing up, there was no 3-pointers.
And sometimes that would take me 3 minutes, I'd just knock them out. Sometimes if I was off, I'd be out there 15 minutes, 20 minutes, frustrated as shit, hit 2, miss the 3rd. Damn it, I just want to go. But I had that ritual, and it, I ended up being one of the best 3-point shooters in Texas from that same ritual. So anything you take deep, you learn those lessons from. It doesn't matter what it is, whether it's basketball or ping pong or violin or whatever. Take it deep. Don't just dabble. Take something deep. If you're a dad and you have kids or mom, have your kids take anything deep, because the lessons come when you really push to that, upper limit of what's possible.
That's crazy. I went deep with basketball. And I got to tell you something. My freshman year, it was a no-brainer. If you looked at all 8 schools, I was going to be one of the starting forwards on the freshman. It was a no-brainer. Mm-hmm. St. Anthony's wanted me. I would have had to start North Bergen. Dog, this guy just didn't like me. Coaches. My freshman year, and I was 3rd team. And it was the hardest fucking lesson that I ever had. Like, when you're touted to do that, and you know what? He had his reasons. I was an offensive machine, and I could rebound, but my defense was a little weird because I was always going for the steal. Mm-hmm. I knew how to hold your shirt. I knew how to hold your shorts. My 7th grade teacher he's still in the Hall of Fame for free throws in college. John Barone still made, and if you ever played ball with him, he was very handy with you. He was like Earl Monroe and Walt Frazier. If you ever watched them two play, they're going to take that ball. Mm-hmm. You didn't dribble around them because they knew how to flip you. And not a lot of people could do that. Paul Westphal and Don Busey had that combination, whereas guards, they know how to turn you and take the ball from you. Walt Frazier would pick your fucking pocket. And there's pictures, you can still find pictures of Walt Frazier picking your pocket and Earl Monroe holding your T-shirt like this, but you wouldn't grab it like this. You put a finger in it and hold down. I mean, so you couldn't move. They lock you down. I was taught to do a screen like this. Cover your balls, cover your chest, and fucking take them out. That's how I was taught in North Bergen to do a screen. The great Julius Erving. The great Julius Erving taught me a move. The great Julius Erving was basically a cheater. And I'll tell him this to his face. I love him. He's my idol. He's my idol. But Julius Erving had a move that he cheated. And the NBA let him get away with it. If you watch him, he used to hook you. Mm-hmm. Julius Erving, when he got the ball, he'd dribble, and he would hook your waist. That's as illegal as shit. Watch, we'll show. Now, do you remember a guy named Lloyd Free?
No.
There was a player for the Philadelphia 76ers that was the best 6th man in the league. When Julius Erving when the ABA defunct, Julius Erving went to Philadelphia and they had a strong team. Him, George McGinnis, Kobe Bryant's dad, They had a white guard named Doug Collins who was sensational. He was the starting
into the
guard.
coach. Yeah.
And the point guard was Henry Bibby. See if you can find the video.
What was it that Tito said? If you ain't cheating, you ain't trying.
You ain't trying. See if you can find the video of Lloyd Free. I read an interesting article about him about 2 weeks ago on Twitter. Somebody found an article in a newspaper. How many points would he really have scored
if there was a 3-point line?
If there was a 3-point line.
Yeah.
His head got big at the end, and he changed his name to World Be Free. His name was Lloyd Free. See if you can find Lloyd Free highlights. This guy, bro, when I watched him play, I would lose my fucking mind because there was 2 players in the league that had this gift at the time. It was Lloyd Free and a little guy in Seattle named Downtown Freddy Brown. All right, so basically, yeah, go ahead. Put the first one first. Look, he had 35 points against the Celtics, World Be Free. But see if they show his highlights, his shooting highlights. This guy was a fucking machine. The Sixers for years had machines. They had that other fucking lunatic also. Let's see if this is it. Look at this fucking savage. And he had beautiful form.
Yeah. I mean,
and high, very high.
Yeah.
Everything he did was high. But then I showed him his fucking 40-foot pointers, these motherfuckers.
Yeah.
Yeah, this boy could ball. Watch him to see he could pop. He was popping on motherfuckers. That was Bob whatever from the look at the bam. Oh, yeah, this guy, look at him. Oh shit, when he was a Sixer against the Lakers, another killer from Manila. Look at him. Look at there you go. Fucking Cedric. This Julian. Look. Oh shit. Oh shit. I love all this shit.
That's awesome.
Look at him. What? Look at him kicking motherfuckers. Did you see? That's when they were cheating. I told you.
You watch now? You still follow? No.
Because this will never happen again.
I don't know, man. The Warriors, Cavs is
I love the Warriors, but I can't. I'm not sure about the other. Look at him. Ooh, nothing but river. Oh, Jesus Christ. On 2 people. Look at him. He was just walking back like, and then, but he was the best 6th man in the league. He was like they had Steve Mix at the time. Jesus Christ. He was the best 6th man in the league.
Move was smooth.
He came in whenever you were down 10 and he'd go back when you were up 6. That's what his gift was. Look at Julius behind them trailing. Oh shit. He was only 6'1", dog.
Smooth, like butter.
Smooth.
Like butter. Like whipped butter.
But there was a dude that played for Seattle Supersonics when I was a kid. His name was...
Sean Kemp.
No, this was before Sean Kemp. His name was Downtown Freddy Brown. And his brother, they were both from Brooklyn or something. And his brother, they called him the Wizard. He was another point guard. He played somewhere else. But Freddy Brown, I don't know if he had like an alcohol problem. He'd be sitting on the bench, like you just called him in when you needed 20 points, right? Like he was a chubby guy. He was built like me, like 6'1" and shit. And he'd be sitting at the end of the bench with a brown bag, drinking beer and shit. And they would go, like, go ahead, Freddie. And he would like, bro, he'd tell the coach, I ain't playing no defense. like you could see him. You could see the footage even today. Like when they put him in, he'd always whisper something to the coach. Coach, what do we need? 8 points, watch my shit. And he'd just go out there and pop 40s on your ass. Bam! 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 Bring you back and then call a timeout, coach. We're done. Get the assistant, I need a cocktail. And they would put him back at the end of the bench.
Back in the day, watching people smoke cigars on the bench, the old Celtics coach. I mean, it's just different eras of a sport, right?
Can you imagine that when people were allowed to smoke?
Yeah, so crazy. Lighting up that victory cigar on the bench inside, smoking a cigar while your team's up like 5. You used to smoke it when the game was still within reach just to intimidate them, just to be like, this fucking game's in the bag. I'm lighting my cigar, bitches. It's over.
It's fucking over.
Crazy, man.
How's the Onnit world treating you?
It's so good. It's so good.
Always we get moving, always growing.
And I get to meet so many cool motherfuckers. Like they come through and you get to tap into their head, see what makes them great. Like this off season, we're training with Jake Arrieta, who's across from Lance Armstrong, who's across from Earl Thomas. And it's just like, damn, these are like legends, and you get to hang with them and learn from them and see what they're up to. And
How long has Onnit Academy been open for?
it's been open like almost 5 years.
And it's open to anybody.
Yeah, we have like 500 regular members, and then all the athletes and pros that come through.
And they have everything there. Jiu Jitsu. I know the guy from Alberta.
Bang Muay Thai. Yeah, Bang Muay
went
Thai,
down
10th
there.
Planet Jiu Jitsu. Yep, got the whole thing. It's a full, it's like a full epicenter of all things human optimization. It's fucking rad. It's paradise for me. I built like the playground that I would dream about when I was a kid, where I could go do Muay Thai and Jiu Jitsu and lift weights and train kettlebells and hit a sauna, hit a cryo, and it's like, and have a great cafe making me keto shakes, and it's in my office. That's where I spend 10 hours a day. I'm spending 10 hours a day in paradise.
Who's the guy I see on Instagram who works there, who's like doing Turkish get-ups with, I think,
With
Whitney?
humans, yeah.
It's like, it's crazy.
Primal Swolger, shout out to @Primal Swolger. He's a fucking savage.
He does what?
He can take a girl from lying down. They'll be curled up in a circle, and he'll be holding them up in the air, straight arm, and then he'll go from
A girl?
full
being,
girl,
yeah.
125, 130 pound
That's
girl,
sexual harassment.
and then he'll go from his back to a standing position, holding her up in the air, and then back down again.
He makes Yoel Romero look like he's not that buff.
I don't know about that. Yoel's a lot bigger than him, but
You think so?
He's just trained consistently every single day, putting in the work. It's I used to know him when he was young. We would spar in my old garage with Roger Huerta, and we'd go at it. And he was 17, and he was just a kid. And he's just watched him take, like what you said, take something so seriously, just do it every single day until he got better and fucking better and fucking better. And now he's killing it, man. He's like one of our like local homegrown superstars. It's beautiful to watch that. It's beautiful to watch somebody like just take something and just take it to the end, take it all the way to the end. And now he's doing Turkish get-ups with fucking
human on
humans. Yeah.
Berto really inspired me to use the club bells. That's why I got the club bells. And I really like them. And I can't believe I only do like 5 or 6 exercises with them.
Yeah.
And I do them, I mix them up in like a circuit training. Like if I can't make a jiu-jitsu or a Muay Thai, I got a bag back there and I got the different size bats, and I mix it up with a little kettlebell workout, and I just do like 30 seconds on each, But when I first went to Alberto's, I couldn't get up on my wrists. From hitting the bag all those years with now wraps on like a fucking gorilla, my wrist got fucked up over the years. And brick mason, like when I would pick up the bricks, I could feel my wrist. And he introduced me to the club bells.
Yeah.
Gazzini, whatever, Galini, his buddy is really big into it. And then I told him about my shoulders, the problems I have in my shoulders. Dog, I can't believe what I do with the club bells now compared. When I first started the club bells, I could barely do 5 pounds.
Yeah. And
Like,
you just work, you
the
just
wrist
open up the joints. We heal through movement. That's what people think, like, oh, I'm hurt. A lot of times the movement is actually what's going to tell the body how to heal, to open things up, to get the muscle systems working, to get the joints fluid. Like, movement is healing.
It's crazy how over the years people have been, workouts have changed. We have evolved so much. When I was a kid and I wanted to work out, I bought Muscle and Fitness, and Joe Weider was everything.
Yeah.
And the Barbarian Brothers were eating 36 eggs a day, and I
It was all about size then.
this is all about size then. It was I would stress for 30 grams of protein per meal, 5 meals a day. I was making these shakes at night, milk, ice cream, wheat germ,
To beat the man, you got to out-eat the man.
In those days, there was just no flavor. It was egg and milk protein. That's it. There was no chocolate. There was no vanilla. It was egg and milk protein, And it was 5 sets of 6 per body part. Nobody ever talked about
5 sets for 6. That sounds like cardio, Joey. You want 5 sets of 3.
No, we were doing 5 sets of sits behind the backs at 180. We had no dumbbells. Everything was straight bell workouts, which makes you a fucking gorilla. My friend built a lap machine, but before that, it was all bent over rows, bitch, with 180, for 5s, and that was it. And that was it. Then later on, we incorporated one-arm fucking pulls, but that was it, And your goal was to eat tuna Like, that's all we ate. Tuna with fucking
Chicken
salt.
breast, tuna.
No chicken
asparagus.
breast.
No
The
chicken breast.
wasn't
Oh,
even
man.
popular then. It was fucking tuna out of a can, bitch. No mayo. Eat the fucking tuna and shut your fucking mouth. And then when I got locked up, I got into it. And when you get locked up, when you see those guys yoke, it's because you eat sardines in prison like a motherfucker. You know,
Those are good for you.
I ate fucking so many
Those are real good for
sardines.
you.
When I left prison, I was in tip-top shape. I could fuck a motherfucker up. I was about 195.
The prison diet.
The prison diet, you have to run and you have to lift.
Yeah.
And you're so bored, you will lift 6 days a week. There's no recuperation. You need to recuperate. Go to prison. See if there's recuperation. That's all bullshit. When they do, those motherfuckers work out every day.
Yeah.
There's no recuperation. The muscles need joints and love. What protein? Wait, do you have a blender in jail? There's no blender in jail. Those motherfuckers yoke it up. The yoke dudes that you see, they figure out old school ways how to get fucking yoked. Yeah, when I was in jail, I was the kitchen. I was in charge of the kitchen supplies. So the stock was off the premises, disconnected from the jail. So I knew a couple brothers in there that were doing steroids. They were doing D-ball, Winstrol, Anavar, and they would give me
Why are you
good-
going to do steroids if you can't get pussy? I don't get it.
because they wanted to just be yoked in prison.
So you don't become a pussy. That's why.
I mean, these guys have gotten into prison looking like me and left. You know, that was what their devotion was in prison. They went in there. Like I said to you, there was no internet. Whatever Joe Weider told you, you did. And then, you know, there was Tom Platz and Mike Menster and those type of bodybuilders, and every month they would give you their workouts.
I
and their
remember
diet.
reading Arnold's Encyclopedia of Bodybuilding
yes.
and going through, going to the intermediate sets and doing all those.
The intermediate sets, it was all
5
different.
sets, bench mixed with 5 sets of pull-ups, and I remember that workout. Supersets, everything.
So straight bar curl with alternating,
Exhausting.
Alternating curls, and then diamond push-ups to really get your arms going. I mean, and now you have this complete different world. You have this world of MMA that's opened up, you know. Like I said to you, I remember meeting Sergio Oliva and asking him how he got big, and he told me in Spanish, "Bistec con cojones." That means steak like a motherfucker. I go, "That's how you got this big?" He's like, "Bistec con cojones. Bistec, arroz y frijoles. White beans and rice and a steak 3 times a day. Your muscles will get huge." Look where nutrition has gone over the years.
Everything is leveled up. You know, it's the combination of the practices, the science, and because it's had to, because the competition is so fucking savage now. You know, you watch some of these top athletes and what they do, it's so precise. You know, everything they're training, the muscle systems that they're activating, the recovery protocols, the supplements they're dialing in. You know, we just partnered with one of the top sports nutrition companies in the world, this company called Exos, and they send like a third of the people who go to the NFL Combine go through them. They're training most of the top athletes in the world, and everything is just measured out. They get their own custom shakes, their own supplement protocol. We're providing the supplements now. And every workout is dialed in. Every workout has metrics. They have 3D scannings to check your movement patterns. I mean, it gets really, really tight at the top. And then there's also the other side, which is just going back to the super basics. So you get the really high tech, and then you go way back to the basics. I mean, kettlebells, those are measurements of dry goods in Russia. And the strongmen in Russia were like having pissing contests, figuring out who could lift the heaviest ones. And that's how kettlebells develop. The clubs come back from ancient Persia. The steel maces come back from ancient Persia. The Pelwani wrestlers, the warrior elite, training with gadas and practicing the swings that would knock somebody's head off in battle. You know, these old practices are now mixing with the new science, and the crop of athletes that are coming out of it is just fucking phenomenal.
What do you guys think? Speaking of that, like, what do you think when you look at these current NBA players, even if you don't know who they are, when you just look at their bodies and like what they're able to do, and they can play till they're close to 40 now, and
it's a different world. It's when I was growing up, your prime was 32. You know, a guy like Dave Winfield, 36. They didn't know how to really handle an athlete after 36. And I use baseball as an adage. Let's just use baseball because that's the conversation I remember the most was about Dave Winfield. You were in your prime between 28 and 32. 32 being the highest of that window, and then you go on a decline. By the time you were 36, they were talking about retirement. 40 was a huge thing.
Yeah.
And then who's the guy that used to fight Chuck Liddell? The guy in Vegas. Remember
Tito?
No, the white dude that he knocked the.
Oh yeah, Jeremy Horn. Couture, yeah.
Couture changed the game a little bit. You know, Bernard Hopkins changed the game a little bit. You know, boxing
Stretch
at
the
40,
limit, yeah.
showing you that there is life after 40, and then working out. You know, and you're gonna see it now. In 10 years, men are gonna be fighting at 44 and 45.
The thing that's limiting people now is the head. You know, just
Well, you got the head.
Right.
Well, listen, after fucking 45, you think you're doing things, but you're not doing them. Okay, whether it's a jump shot, whether it's in your mind, you still have that first step.
When's your slinging dick prime, Joey? When does a man hit his dick slinging prime?
I don't know. I sling dick for all those years with the drugs and shit. So I had a long
I still
prime.
haven't hit it, says
But
Joey.
now- no.
I'm still reaching my prime.
It's so funny. I made the best thing I did 5 years ago was to walk into a jiu-jitsu studio. It really showed me how bad of a shape I had become. Even though I was lifting and doing all this shit, it really showed me what I had become, where my body was. The first time I did a hip escape, I thought I was seeing stars. And I left there and I said, I'm not going to ever go back. And I go, what good is that going to do for me if I don't go back? And I went back, and it was down to once a week. Like, I would go to jiu-jitsu on Mondays, and I would be sore all week. Even though I was going to the Y and swimming and hitting the bag, jiu-jitsu had done something to my body that hadn't been done in years.
Yeah, it woke some shit up.
It woke some shit up, and I became in love with it. But my movement and my weight was so bad that I really wasn't moving forward. I was stuck. When I went to Alberto's, I started progressing because I started losing a little weight, but I was still 50. And in your mind, when you're 50, you're 40, you start looking at the younger guys and you're going, why am I doing that? And sometimes you do. There is a great guy like Aubrey that'll go, Joey, come roll with me. Come on. Let's do another round. Come on. Let's just do techniques. I'll submit you. You sweep me. And I would start doing that. And then I get in the car and I couldn't get out of the car. I had to go right to the chiropractor, you know, fucking rub CBD all on me. It was horrible. You know, and then I had a flight or something. And then I read this article about training on over 50. And it really broke it down. And now, do you know I'm training 5 days a week?
That's awesome,
4
man.
days a week.
It's fucking awesome.
Because it's not what you're doing. It's how you're doing it,
Yeah.
for what length you're doing it. Recovery's big. You know, I go to cryotherapy. I just started that a few weeks ago. The CBD oils, the protein shakes. I went back to Weight Watchers. You know, I'm 55. I got a 5-year-old. Ralphie May died eating fucking jalapeno poppers, you know. My diet wasn't really bad at the time. It just needed to be cleaned up. You know, butter on toast, shit like that. That's it. I'm never going to eat broccoli. I'm never going to eat quinoa. I'm never going to eat that shit.
Just hummus all the time.
Not even hummus. I don't want it in my house. I don't want it, like I said, 1 minute you're eating hummus, next thing you're sucking Ice's dick. I don't want to open up that window. You know what I'm saying? That was how they got in here.
Don't even bring pita bread in your house.
Most
Pita bread's just hungry for hummus.
No, I don't even eat. I don't like pita bread. None of that shit. I don't like baba ganoush. I don't like none of that shit. No offense.
White bread or
Falafels?
wheat bread.
Yeah, but that's how they get. Listen, this country was a nice country. And that's how the fucking ethnics came in and got you with their food.
It's delicious.
Cubans, everybody hated food. So those spick bastards living on my block. My mom started cooking black beans and rice and fried bananas.
That's a rope of yeah.
White people like, man, I hate them spicks, but I love that food. You know what I'm saying? Fucking Jerry Rocha out of Texas, a dear friend of mine. He used to have a joke about, you know, living in Texas and, you know, how racist the white people were to him, man. And, you know, like, listen, like he said he had a white brother-in-law that would come over every Christmas and he'd just sit there and stare at the Mexicans. Look at him fucking up the lyrics to Jingle Bells. You know?
As he's eating the quesadilla.
As he's eating the quesadilla, they're going, man, but they sure could cook. Yeah, like he got like a weird joke like that. It's great to see you, man.
Yeah, it's good to see you too, brother.
What you're doing, it's like I said, I didn't know about the academy, and I read about it, and Joe filled me in on what was going on. And then when I was at Alberto's, the kickboxing coach was a great guy. And one day he came to me and he goes, I'm moving to Austin and stuff, and I see pictures of him on the website.
Oh, Alex Anushian?
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, he's a good guy.
Yeah.
Really
I
good guy.
didn't remember that he was at Alberto's. He's great.
Yeah, he was at
He's
Alberto's.
great. Such a sweetie too, and so good. You know, so good, so humble. Just a great coach. Yeah, I
And
mean,
you got a lot of fighters on your roster. You got a lot of everything.
We got a lot of fighters.
I've
A lot
seen
of fighters. But yeah. I mean, Cody Garbrandt, Tyron Woodley. You know, a lot of really Donald Cerrone. A lot of really top fighters who we've been blessed to work with and learn from and teach some things. And it's been cool.
Do you stop by this gym ever in Hollywood above the green tortilla, the blue
Pink taco.
Do you ever go up there? It's like, who was the guy that was with the UFC for years? Now I haven't seen him. He's always on.
He's on football.
What's his name?
Jay
He's
Glazer.
Yeah.
Jay Glazer. Have you ever
Yeah.
stopped at his gym?
No, but I've seen it. It looks dope.
You should stop in there. It's
Yeah.
a pretty neat place. I think most of the guys, I guarantee that most of the guys, because they're high-level gyms. They're celebrity gyms. They're gyms where people don't want to be bothered. You go in there, you see the chick that Luke used to date, I think, works out there. What's her name? The singer, the blue belt jiu-jitsu girl. I think that's where she goes.
Oh,
'Cause
Demi
they-
Lovato.
Demi Lovato.
Yeah, they were teaching some jiu-jitsu there for a while. But it's mostly like football players. Like I saw the guy from
Yeah,
the
they got the
Giants
turf. They got the whole.
They got
the
everything.
whole thing.
It's
Yeah, it looks a lot like our gym.
fucking,
Yeah.
it really is crazy. I mean, the numbers to belong there, like for a guy like me, I was like, it doesn't pay. You know, I'm not gonna do none of this shit.
You just need to move.
Yeah,
man.
that's it.
That's what most people need to do. Like, exercise is a fucking miracle drug. All we got to do is take the minimum effective dose. You know, like everybody's looking for some prescription, some magic thing. Exercise will cure or at least treat like pain, depression, anxiety, sleep, sexual dysfunction. It'll help you lose body weight. It'll help you live longer. It's a fucking miracle drug. Just move. It doesn't matter how you do it. Don't do it for results. Don't compare yourself to somebody else. Just take the drug that we all have available that's free as fuck. You know, move your body. That's it. That's all you got to do. You know, and that's one of the things that I try and talk about in my book that's coming out is like, you don't have to go to a fancy gym. You don't have to be a member at Onnit, but you got to move.
You gotta move.
That's what the human
is.
being needs to do. That's what we're designed to do. And if you start doing that, then this miracle that we're in will start working for you instead of working against you. And you won't have this antagonistic relationship with the body that you're in. You'll start working together. You'll be on the same fucking team. And then everything will start sorting itself out. Like use the free doctors, fucking sunlight, sleep, sex, exercise, the cold. Use all that shit. You don't need to buy all the supplements. You don't need to go to the gym. Use the stuff that you have available. You'll be fucking 90% there.
It's crazy how my comedy, my life have changed since I joined jiu-jitsu. And now I'm not in jiu-jitsu full-time how I was. I chopped it up with Muay Thai because the conditioning is so much more high level. And they have a 9 a.m. class that's just Muay Thai conditioning. That you walk out of there and everything's wet. Your underwear, your socks, your fucking everything. Your rash guard, the t-shirt above the rash guard. I went to get coffee with my wife one day after I dropped the baby off, and I just happened to see these guys across the street. It's my buddy's jiu-jitsu school. I wasn't going there. I was going to Berto Crane. But I watched these guys, and I went home and I looked on the schedule, and they had Muay Thai class. And I read up about the guy, and a friend of mine that I bumped into like a week later was going there. He goes, bro, the 9 o'clock class is the shit. It's circuits and then pads.
Yeah.
You know what that's like when you walk out at 10 o'clock?
I walked out of doing that today.
God.
It's the best.
It's the fucking
It's
best.
the best.
Now, here's the problem I have a lot of times. Like, the reason why I was getting the kettlebells from you and all that stuff is because this is one thing that I don't know if you know about. When you live in California and you go for a blood test, do you know that I read this statistic, and I forgot what the number is, if somebody wants to throw it at me, but it is ridiculous. How many people who live in California are vitamin D? Like
about 50% of people.
it was even higher.
Yeah.
Like 63%. Like, and I remember going in one time, twice in a row for a physical, and the doctor going, dog, you're vitamin D deficient, and you got to drink more water.
Yep.
You know, now I have water next to me in my sleep. I wake up every time I go to pee. I drink a fucking 2 swigs. Mm-hmm. And it's so weird that I got to tell you something. And I think this is the key. Sometimes I really want to go to kickboxing. And I really want to go to jiu-jitsu. But that sun is so fucking beautiful.
The sun is medicine, man. And people, you know, we've been given such bad advice.
Bad advice.
Stay away from the sun. It's
Bad advice.
No, it's going to fucking heal you more likely. It's going to, you know, convert into vitamin D, which you desperately need.
Desperately fucking need.
It's part of like 2 200, 300 chemical reactions in the body, from your immune system to your mood to your bone health. Like, you need it. And if you don't get it, that's one of the things that you should supplement. But go for the sun first. Guess what? The sun's free as fuck. Take some time. That's why you feel so good at the beach. You know, you're swimming, you got your feet in the sand, you're getting some sun. You know, there's a reason. We feel good in that condition.
Scared. They have scared, they scared people to the level where, so there's days, bro, I just go outside and my wife put like a little canopy up, and I go and I swing the kettlebells in the sun.
Love it.
And then I go back under the canopy and I switch exercises. Like, I'll do a stretch, then go back, and I hit the bag out in the sun. Sometimes it's too fucking nice to be inside fucking working.
And when I'm out here in Venice, sometimes I'll go out to Box and Burn and I'll train. But most of the time I'm just running outside, or I'll go to the beach and play around in the monkey bars.
Are you running?
I'm not like a distance runner, but I'll go for like a jog and I'll sprint a few places and I'll jump up on a fucking park bench for a little while. And I just mix it up, because I don't like getting stuck to the same routine, that same boring pattern where you're doing it.
You don't grow.
I just move, I don't need to achieve some great athletic feat now, but I want to be able to play anything. If a fucking beach volleyball game breaks out, I want to be able to play that. If someone's playing a game of softball, and I hit one infield home run chance, I want to be able to round the bases and make it home, and I want to be able to play all the ways that I can play.
How old are you now?
37.
What do you feel like?
I feel like I'm finally figuring a few things out.
How's your body feel?
My body feels pretty good.
Do you have any basketball injuries?
No, not really. Not really. Like, everything's pretty good. I got some feet issues, actually, I think, from the basketball shoes. Because one of the problems with shoes is we made them too narrow for too fucking long, and it compresses all the bones in your feet. And then over time, like, now I have problems with my big toe. I got problems with my feet, and that's from the fucking shoes. So now I get much wider shoes, because they make wide toe shoes now, and I get wider shoes, which could give you some blisters if you're really going hard, like if I was playing. But overall, it's way better for your body, and that's really the only thing that's taken the biggest toll on me. I have a few back things and stuff. Most of that's from, the Jiu Jitsu and from some of the martial arts and from not knowing how to lift kettlebells and trying to show off before actually Onnit Gym came out. And this was 10 years ago. And I'm like, let me try to do this snatch. And I didn't know what the fuck I was doing. So I have some other shit like that, but my body feels pretty good. But, I have the best in the world next door, at my office. Like I said, 10 hours a day, the best recovery specialist, the best training specialist. So, I got every advantage in the world.
It's crazy how I don't touch nothing over 35 anymore.
You don't need to.
Steve Maxwell 35-minute, and I was like, that's it. I was trying to throw up the gorilla and the other one, and I'm not going to be an Olympic lifter. Where the fuck I'm going?
Yeah.
I didn't know what the fuck was going on with my back for a month. I thought we switched mattresses. I was like, it's because I'm lifting the fucking gorilla. Like, I'm 50 years
72
old.
pounds.
Give yourself a fucking break, Joey. And ever since I just been doing 35.
Yeah, just move.
That's it. I used to try to do 10 sets of 10. I do 3, 3, and 3. I just included the Turkish getup into that strength and conditioning. And I do it with 10 pounds on each hand. I'm real far away from fucking Zergoff there. Your friend down there.
Primal soldier.
Yeah, primal fucking soldier. But it doesn't matter because I'm moving at 55. Mm-hmm. That's it. And I want to move at 65. And I want to be lighter. I want to get away from 300 pounds as much as I could.
Yeah, I mean, there's people out there who can't move enough to even have sex.
Yeah, no.
Like,
I was there. I was there. 400 pounds. I just had to eat your pussy and your asshole and I'd pump 3 times and shoot a nut. I couldn't even breathe to fuck. I've been there. I couldn't even breathe to fuck.
You're missing out on life.
I would get so excited that my fat little heart would beat and I'd come in 2 minutes, but I'd suck the hell out of your pussy and lick your asshole till it couldn't, until fucking Alpha Brain came out. You know what I'm saying? Let me give some shout outs here real quick. We'll get this party started. My man Tyler Island, Jefferson Howery, my man Freddy Correa over there and his beautiful wife in Vegas. I haven't forgot you. Justin Stevens, get it together, cocksucker. Diva Dunn, Ollie Brady, Jordan Branscombe, Matt and Dub, and Alexander Gonzalez. Santa Fe, Albuquerque, they added an extra show at the Santa Ana Casino next week. So Thursday night, they added an extra show. The link is up. I'm still going to Columbus for $4.20. The Ice House is sold out on Saturday night, so I don't know what to tell you. Lee's going to do a set. Irene is going to do a set. It's going to be tremendous. So let's talk about the Aubrey Marcus fucking biography that's coming out. Talk to me.
Less of a biography, more of a manual. What I wanted, I've been learning, and I'm constantly learning every day from the best researchers, the best doctors, the best athletes, my own practices. And I wanted to take everything that I've learned in this whole journey throughout my life and put it into what the best fucking day you could live looks like. And that includes using all those free doctors that I talked about, like the light and the water and the movement and the sex and the sleep, but also, what the process is when you wake up from the, first thing you do, drinking water with a little Himalayan salt to get your minerals up, to setting your circadian rhythm with the sun, to using the cold, to, having that glass of wine after your workout so you have the least amount of alcohol to give you the most buzz, and your liver has to process the least amount, to connecting with your family, to what you should eat from breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and how to create something that wasn't all focused on being super productive or super jacked or super skinny, but to just live a great fucking life and just focus on one day. Like, how do you live one fucking day that you could live over and over and over again, that'll build to the next day, that won't borrow from tomorrow to pay for today, but will make you able to have the best experience possible on this fucking amazing opportunity we have to be alive.
Makes sense, man. When I first met you, I was fucked up on drugs. And it was I look back at it and I was like, I was dead. I was just walking around dead, basically. I wasn't exercising. I was putting poison in my body. I remember finding a shirt. After I moved, I was clean 2 years. I fucking found the shirt. And you should have seen, it was a white shirt. You should have seen what the armpits looked like. It was like coffee.
Sweating out toxins.
Yeah, it was just pure toxins. I was goofing around with these guys the other day. Did I say on the podcast that if you go to Western and Hollywood Boulevard, it's all Thai neighborhood there. And on the corner, there was a really good restaurant. Next to it was like a Thai post office, and they had different Thai services in there. And one of the services they did was foot rubs and shit. And this lady had this, did. No. It was legit. The place, there was no hand job. And what they did was they put your feet in these rocks that would suck out the toxins in your body. Bro, this lady did not know me. She did not know me. It's like I didn't tell her anything. And at the end, when she told me to take my feet out, she'd look at the water and she'd go, "You doing drugs? Do you see that drugs? The one half drug and the other half diabetes. You're going to have diabetes soon. And the other half drug," because they would foam up.
Yeah.
And she goes, "That's the drug." And I couldn't believe it that somebody knew my secret. You know what I'm saying? My system was so fucking, I took me 5 years.
Might have been because you were doing blow in front of her, though.
I wasn't doing blow in front of her. No, I didn't do blow in the daytime. Yeah. So I would go in there. At that time, my addiction had my mind that as long as I ate sushi, fucking drank a little water, and maybe they got a massage or acupuncture, the cocaine wouldn't matter. My mind had told myself that. As long as I did one of those things the next day, exercise was not on the agenda. Exercise was not on the horizon. I lived across the street from the YMCA, and I used to treat it like it was a fucking prison. I wouldn't even look over there. I wouldn't even, it was like a communist country. Don't even look. Don't even fucking look over there. It's a bunch of women that got beat up and fucking living there for free, whatever. And then I started going over there, and I got addicted. I got addicted to the way I was when I was a child with basketball and lifting. And today, it's part of who I am, but it's made me a better comic.
Everything is connected. That's the thing.
Joining an art made me a better comic. It put the cherry on the sundae that I was looking for, because it reminded me that comedy was an art. And I do comedy how I do Jiu Jitsu. I put you in my closed guard, and I make you try to break, and I try to slow you down. I'm an old man. I ain't got time to play open guard and berimbolo jack. I'm going to put these 2 meat hooks around you and let you figure it out. And by the time you figure it out, I try to slip in one collar. And by the time you get the other one, I try to slip the other one. All I got is a closed guard choke. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
I've seen you fucking guillotine 1,000 people. And then
no, I don't.
At the same time when you're on stage, man.
It's so funny that when I guillotine people, I feel so bad that I got them in a guillotine because I'm big. That I just hold them right there and I go, "Get out," because I'm not going to fucking do anything. I'm dying of breath. I got a minute and a half. And then I got whatever we're at. I just hold on to you for a minute. That's why I don't do no gi, dog.
Yeah.
I can't do no gi.
Yeah.
I'm an old fucking man. You know what I'm saying? I pass your guard, I got to stay on your stomach for a couple minutes just for you to think about your life, whether you want to come back to jiu-jitsu. I don't hurt you. I don't do knee on belly on nobody. I'm not a gorilla.
Yeah.
But I'm old, and and you're stronger and younger than me.
Man,
I got you by 19 years. So if I pass your guard, I'm going to lay on your stomach. You're not going to breathe. You're going to even go, Joey, I love you.
Laying heavy. I rolled with Kyle Kingsbury, who's our director of human optimization, one of my best friends.
Great guy.
Great guy. And I hadn't rolled with a high-level black belt like that, who was big. I mean, Kyle's big. And it was so humbling. It was amazing. I sent a tweet out after that. I was like, I am going to forfeit my white belt and get a clear belt made of fucking stripper heels because I don't even deserve a white belt, after I felt what he was able to do with me. I mean, he could finish. There was no safe spot.
No safe spot.
Like half guard, not safe. You pull my head off or like take my arm off. And I'm like, but I was in half guard. I thought I'm safe in half. No, you're not safe in half guard.
Have you met his dad?
Yes, I have.
His dad's a good dude.
His dad's a good
trained
man
with his
too.
dad. His dad was good
wrestler,
to me. They were very good to me. So it's weird. Like now, I love it. I couldn't imagine my world now without jiu-jitsu. I accept it for what it is. I can't go more than 3 times a week. I've hit 5. I hit 5 jiu-jitsus, but I have to do it smart. 2 of the days I have to drill. Mm-hmm. I can't roll more than 3 times. I got 3 5-minute rounds in me. That's it after that. I shake your hand. If I do 4 or 5, you're not going to see me for 4 days.
Yeah,
it
you don't need to
defeats
push
the
it.
purpose.
So many people do that.
That's what they do. That's what I was doing.
The first day you go to the beach and you don't wear any sunscreen, you lay out for 8 hours and you get roasted and then you can't go out in the sun the rest of the vacation. People do the same shit working out. They go see a trainer and hit a CrossFit gym and they just fry their body and then they can't get back in for a week. Better to go a little slower.
A little slower.
Take time, move, feel
and now I'm going 5 days instead of 2.
Hell yeah.
I was comparing myself to what Aubrey was doing. Like, I'm not Aubrey. Why am I wrestling Roger Werther here to the death? Why? Why am I swinging kettlebells after fucking jiu-jitsu class? I should be stretching.
Yeah.
Why am I swinging kettlebells and then go into a fucking car and you get out of the car and you feel like your back is locked up? So the thing I added now is I stretch. I do 2 strength and conditionings on my own, but they're basically, it's a 30-minute stretch. All those Berto stretches that he taught me, all those tack fit stretches, I do all that shit. I get the joints loosen up, my wrist, a fucking tip-top magoo. I do this flow, this tack fit flow that it's like a hip escape, boom, to one, pop up. I could pop up on one hand now. Yeah, some of it's the weight. But he was right. Those bats broke all that what gets stuck around your bones and you have to break it.
Yeah, well, it could be scar tissue.
And all that shit. So it's important what I'm doing now in this phase of my life. And I'm happy that you put out a book to give somebody the perfect day. Because some people don't really know.
Yeah, and
it took me 55 years.
There's so much bad advice out there, and it's just kind of clearing all that up, and really getting back to the science. There's like 300 clinical references in there, and it's not only that, but it's the stuff that actually works. It's stuff that sometimes the science will say one thing, like take a bunch of baking soda and your aerobic performance will get better, but you take the baking soda, then you just shit your pants, and you're like, this doesn't make any sense. You can't do that. So it's just that blend of all of the people who have performed at the high level, what they're doing, mixed with what the best science says, and then just mixed with experience. Like, how do you enjoy this thing? And it's called Own the Day, Own Your Life. It's at ownthedaybook.com if anybody's interested.
How long did it take you to write it?
2 years, and my soul. It's so challenging to write a book. I wrote it and then I rewrote it and I rewrote it, and every time I'd look back at my old work and be like, oh my God, I was a child when I wrote this. Just the art of actually producing the writing and really putting everything I had in it. That was, I gave it all I had. I know that there's not 1 ounce of more effort that I could have put in this book. So it's the very best I can do. So, I hope people love it, but I'm going in there without any nerves or worry about what's going to happen on opening day, when it releases or whatever, because I know I put my soul in it, and that's the best I can do.
When does it get released?
April 17th.
Okay, you having like a little party at Onnit?
Yeah, I'm going to have a party at Onnit. I'll have a party out here in LA at the Wanderlust store, and then I'll be at the Strand in New York and signing books and hanging with people and sharing the love.
Good for you, man.
Yeah, I'm excited, man.
When you first came in, I told you that I called you last week and you didn't answer after one of the like the second bombing in Austin. I got a little concerned with you. I called my other friend over on White's down there. And it's like, you see a place like Austin that it's not Houston.
Yeah.
It's not Dallas, which I'm not knocking by any means. I'm just saying, like, city size, like comparison to, you have the Dallas-Fort Worth area. It's, in my mind, I think it's bigger than Austin. And for something like that to be happening in such a small, white, great little community.
One of the bombings was on the street that I take to go to work. So we saw all the media, all the fire trucks and everything else out there. The really tricky thing about that is when someone does that, it incites so much more fear than the actual damage. Like one car crash probably has killed more people, than all the people from that bombings. But when you take something like packages, which we rely on because we're always ordering shit from Amazon, and then make you scared of that, then it just spreads fear, and fear is that deepest virus that we have. So it's challenging, it's challenging to deal with that.
I just heard something about Amazon wanting to have your key so they could go into your house or something.
They sell a camera that they can put in your... Well, they actually bought Ring, so I think they're going to change it to that. But they have a camera that you'll put in your front door so that you can give them the key, and then the guy can put the box inside your house.
No, it's okay. I don't want you in my fucking house, okay? Just in case.
Too far.
Too far. It's getting a little too crazy. Self-driving car for Uber. I'm not going to get in a car that's going to drive in a fucking car. Okay? I don't want to be in a car. I don't want to see it.
No Total Recall Johnny Cab.
If you buy one of those cars on my block, I will give you a flat tire. When I lived down the block over here, I used to flatten people's tires, take air out of their tires, because the bus is 2 blocks away over here. So I would lose my parking spot to people. They make me walk around. If you left your car in front of my house, bro, I learned that from my father when I was growing up. When I was growing up, bro, if you parked in front of that house, he's a Cuban man. And in his world, that's his house. I know that's a public sidewalk, but it don't matter. Don't park in front of his house. And people would park in front of the house. He'd get home at 3 from the bar, and he'd go out there, and he'd either take the air out of your tire or slash your tire. So you got the message. Don't park there. And I had to do the same thing when I lived on this block. Because people would park in front. I'd give them like an hour or 2, and I'd scratch their fucking car just out of fucking principle. Jesus. You think I'm fucking with you, dog? There was one guy who would just throw all my garbage in his truck. It was driving him crazy. I would watch him from my window, look at his truck and shake his head and go, fuck. And then he would take the garbage out and put it in the garbage can and shit. There's people that would fucking park there and take a cab to Burbank Airport and leave the car. If your car is in my neighborhood after 3 days, it's going down. It's going down. You know what else I used to do? There's these guys that I fucking hate. There's a certain animal that I fucking hate, and that's the guy that buys the BMW 7 Series, but instead of paying for parking over at the train station, he parks on my block. That's the first car I scratch with the key. I've scratched more BMWs on that block. But anything nice that I know you're a piece of shit, like you're a gutless, really? So you bought a Mercedes to show your friends how cool you are, but you walk 3 blocks like a fucking Puerto Rican on the 4th to save the $2 in parking? Really? I'm scratching your car. I caught a guy.
Street justice.
I caught a guy brand new in there. He had just gotten the car.
Oh no! Come on.
I got that motherfucker good. Don't park in my neighborhood no more. And bro, they disappeared. Or they park down here. You think I'm kidding you? I send a stern warning in my fucking neighborhood.
They could leave a note or something.
No notes, no nothing. Don't park here. No park here. Aquí no parque nada. This is my fucking neighborhood. You don't need to park here.
Oh, Jesus.
When I saw a guy, you think I'm kidding you? There was a guy out there that had a brand new, like one of those bubble fucking Porsches, bro. And I just threw a rock at the fucking door. That thing was dented. When he came, I was out there just doing kettlebells, making believe. Because I would wait.
Just helping the local body shops, Joe. You're just fucking helping the economy.
The Armenians. I don't fuck around. Don't park on my block, dog. You know, how long do I know you now? You know.
Oh, man. 6 years? 7 years? 8 years? No, it's got to be more than that because we were talking about Caitlin. It's got to be like 9.
9 years. 10 years.
10 years.
I saw you when you were a kid and put the whole Onnit thing together, man. You fucking did a great thing, and I'm happy that you send me stuff every month because I really love the Shroom Tech, and I told you my experience with the alpha brain, which we won't tell the public. You have to figure it out for your fucking self and shit.
Super alpha brain.
Yeah, like the same way I fucking figured it out. You gotta figure it out. And I didn't figure out anything. I just made a mistake one day, and it worked out in my favor.
The best discoveries
and I
happen.
came up with like 20 new minutes of material.
That's how the best mistakes happen.
I was like, what the fuck happened to me last night? Oh, I took a fucking alpha brain. Anyway, when's the book come out?
April 17th. But anybody who's interested in pre-orders,
You can
that's
pre-order
super
it
huge,
now.
yeah, because that tells the bookstores that the book is interesting, so it's super helpful for the author. So just go to ownthedaybook.com or Amazon or wherever.
I just checked. It's #1 on Amazon already.
Oh shit!
Oh,
I doubt
shit.
it, but thank you.
No, in fitness it is. That's right.
and yeah, in exercise and fitness, it is
Let
actually
me
up to
ask you,
#1.
you
I've
know,
had a lot
it's
of support.
crazy that I remember talking to you, having a conversation with you maybe 7 years ago. I knew nothing about you. I thought you were some fucking kid who hit the lottery and you were just fucking faking the funk. And I had a conversation with you and I fell in love with you about the basketball. Once we understand basketball, then we're on the same page. I like you automatically. But you schooled me one night on protein.
Yeah.
You don't remember. I think you had a couple cocktails in you. You were talkative. And it was one of those nights when I really listened to you. And you were explaining to me about the chocolate in your, what was the name of it? What was it?
Well, it was Hemp Force.
Now you got me all fucked up.
Now we call it Power Food.
Power
Yeah.
food. Is it still the same chocolate?
Same formula. Exactly the same formula.
And I'll never forget, like, there's certain conversations I've had with certain people that made me fall in love with them. Like, I always thought Eddie Bravo was a fucking lunatic until he told me a story about his love for Kiss. One day I got high and he told me his story about his love for Kiss, how when everybody turned on Kiss, he still loved Kiss. And he would have to go buy the album and put it under his shirt and walk home with it, and then hide it until his brother came home. And, you know, and these are the conversations that make me fall in love with people. I don't fall in love with people with regular bullshit. I like when I get the, and I fell in love with you because you were explaining to me the research and what you had done to get the flavor. Mm-hmm. And I'm sitting there going, who gives a fuck about flavor? And then I tasted it, and now I'm hooked on it. And I've been pissed. I've been waiting for you to come on the fucking podcast to tell you that I want my fucking hemp
We
force
got
back.
you, man. We
Okay,
got you.
so
We
I'll
got
order
some
it
fire
next
stuff.
month.
Have you gotten our protein bites yet? Your head's gonna fucking explode, man.
What are the protein bites?
It's 60 different plants that we wrapped in like it's really low sugar, only 5 grams of sugar. We wrapped it in dark chocolate. It's coconut cashew protein bites.
Oh.
It's like almond joy and your best protein bar had sex. It's fucking incredible. Like we're really, and I was like really hands on with the Hemp Force Active.
Right, no,
chocolate
that's
one.
what-
Like I made it in my kitchen and I was running around.
I'll
giving
never
it to
forget that
neighbors.
conversation. That
Yeah.
made me fall in love with you.
And this one now we're big enough where the best formulators, the best food specialists will come up with these amazing combinations of adzuki beans and all this crazy stuff that they'll compress. So you get all the micronutrient profile, and then we'll come up and we'll brainstorm flavors. I want something that tastes like an almond joy, but has the best macro micronutrient profile you can get. And they're able to deliver it. And so it's really cool what we're able to put together now.
You know, I remember watching something, and it was about vitamin companies, how they had no regulations and people didn't give a fuck, and half the shit you're eating in those protein pills. Like, I'm naive to that stuff. Like, last time I was on Joe's, I asked Joe about GNC. Do they really can I go into GNC and buy shit that'll stack you up? And he's like, oh my God. They got like 3 things that you go in there and they have anabolic, like you'll test positive for and shit like that. So that was why the conversation with you that day was so intriguing, because I really believed that you really, really, really wanted the best chocolate. Like, you had a few vodkas in you, but you were so passionate about it that I fell in love with the conversation.
Sure.
I could tell when somebody's faking the funk. You were like, you don't understand this cocoa or whatever the fuck, cacao or whatever you call it. It's the best. You went somewhere, Peru or something, and you got something, and I left there going, that was one of the most. I just got to see somebody's true colors.
Yeah.
Because I didn't know what the fuck you were. Most people just say, you know what? I want to invent the chocolate. I want it to taste like a Yoo-hoo. Not you.
Yeah.
You were looking for the best tasting chocolate. Like, I remember we discussed Guadalajara. What's that that chocolate company? Like up in fucking San Francisco. Nobody knows what I'm talking about.
Ghirardelli.
Ghirardelli. We even we talked about Ghirardelli, like about chocolate and the flavors and how. And I remember leaving there, like having the conversation with you, and then leaving there and thinking, I'm one of those guys. I think about it later and going, when he comes up with this, I'm going to try it, because it was like me. He's not a fat guy. He's a thin, healthy guy telling me how flavor is important. That's important to fat people. You know what I'm saying? Like when I'm, well, Jesus Christ, they over at Sushi Dan, they got it's called sizzling albacore.
Ooh,
it's just good. Thin albacore with onions, peppers, and jalapenos. And you take the wasabi and you mix it with the soy and you put extra wasabi
on there. And
you put the and let me tell you see the flavor I'm selling you? That's what you were selling me. That's what you were selling me.
And I've been drinking those chocolate shakes.
And I was hooked on
10 years.
I went on a chocolate shake. Like I do my own experiments, and I got to the point where I would do 2 scoops, which is 32 grams of protein. It's 16 grams per scoop. I would do 2, and I wouldn't have to eat till after Berto cream. That was 1 o'clock on 2 scoops.
Yeah,
that's how I fell in love with it. I fell in love with the flavor. You know, sometimes I mixed it with water. Sometimes I mixed it with milk, depending what I was doing that day.
Chocolate's so cool too. It's got like 4 psychoactive components like PEA, anandamides, theobromine. It's got all these things that interact with the body in like a really cool, healthy way. It's got magnesium, which is great for your muscles, plus all, you know, the additional protein and fiber and the amazing flavor. I mean, there's so many great things out there, you know, when you're not having the Nestle bullshit version, you're actually going to the source, you know, where the cacao bean is. And actually when you're in Peru and you actually have the fruit that the cacao nibs and the cacao beans are from, the fruit tastes like papaya but better in some ways, or like a mango. It's like crazy to understand the plant and the tree. Like the fruit like grows off the trunk of the tree, you know, and like that's chocolate. It's not a little silver kiss with a little thing coming off the top. You know, you like trace it back to what this thing is, and then really appreciate it. And you know, I love that stuff, and that gets me fired up. And so I've tried to translate that as much as I could.
And I like the acai vanilla.
Yeah,
but my favorite is the chocolate.
Can't fuck with the chocolate.
That's why nothing compares to the chocolate. Listen, man, I want you to thank you for taking the time. I've been trying to get you for a couple of years.
I appreciate you so much, Joey.
I appreciate you too, and you know, I love your products, and I'm a user, and I wish I did more videos for you. Nobody's ever around when I'm doing club bells and shit. Not my wife. So one of these days I'll
tip top.
You know, the Onnit shirt you sent me fits now.
Hell yeah.
Like the 2X didn't fit at first, and I put it in the corner and I go, I'll be back, bitch.
Hell yeah.
And
man.
I put it on to do a video, and I forgot I was sweaty. So when my wife goes, why'd you put the shirt on? Because I go, I want them to know I was doing the club bell. She's like, look at it. It looks terrible now. So I bailed on the whole fucking thing. But now the 2X finally fit me, so I'm happy. Bro, thank you very much for coming on.
Of course, brother.
Let's do the out of that together. Listen, as far as supplements are concerned, you want to do your body right. You heard what the man said. You want to get the most out of your day. For me, man, the new mood has helped. You know, I fly a lot, so I'm a big Shroom Tech Immune guy. Mm-hmm. You know, you go on a plane, you see a Chinese guy with a mask on. I got Shroom
You kiss him on the mouth.
No.
Because you got Shroom Tech Immune.
Oh, no. Fucking listen, between the Shroom Tech Immune and me swimming in the Hudson as a kid, I'm bulletproof. I eat ass. All those components.
Microbiome.
A little bit eating ass, a couple Shroom Tech Immunes, and swimming in the Hudson. I'm tip top.
Sign me up.
I don't even get the flu no more. I'm that fucking strong. So between the Shroom Tech Immune, the Shroom Tech Sport, the what is it? The shake now it's called
Power Food.
Power Food. It's changed my life. Give it a try. Take a chance. Columbus did. What are you gonna do? You're gonna stick with your same fucking protein and your same stuff. You gotta do variety in your workout, and that's what we're talking about. You gotta switch it up. Go to Onnit.com. Look at the great selection of supplements that they have, from the jerky that's good. Mm-hmm. I gotta get more of it. Fucking good. To the now you send me these fucking chicken nibs. I'm gonna have to hire them pretty soon.
Protein bites.
The protein bites. You got me all crazy. I love that shit.
Yeah.
Especially at night when you're a stoner.
Oh man,
I don't mind eating something as long as I know I got 7 grams of protein in it.
I'm gonna send it to you immediately, and then I'm gonna call you as soon as you get it.
Boom! That's what I'm talking about. Go to Onnit.com right now and press in.
Church.
Boom! And get 10% off delivered right to your motherfucking door. the beginning of the podcast, I asked you, are you lonely? Are you lonely? Are you sick and tired of being alone in that apartment by yourself, petting your cat, your dog, whatever? This is what I want to talk to you about, all right? Because Lee has been single for a while. What's your experience with eHarmony, Lee?
I was really impressed with how seriously and how in depth the questions are, so that you really get to know if the person that they're matching you with, you have a lot in common. You have similar. It's not just, oh, do you like cats and dogs? They go deeper than that. So it's very nice.
Listen, eHarmony takes the steps that other dating sites don't in order to find you more compatible match. It's built to help you find long-lasting, meaningful relationships, not a shallow hookup site, all right? You can have those on your own. They have helped over 1 million people find their perfect match. They use decades of science, data, psychological research to send you the right matches. eHarmony brings compatible people together. There are plenty of hookup sites out there. I don't blame you. But this is not what this is. The #1 trusted dating site or app based on a 2018 survey of 1,600 U.S. singles based on a 1,800 survey of 1,600 U.S. singles. Right now, my listeners, the family, can get a free month of eHarmony when you sign up for a 3-month subscription. Enter code CHURCH at checkout. It's that easy. Stop waiting and start your journey to a satisfying, meaningful relationship. Don't you want to be in love?
I am in love, Joey.
I know. Don't you want to go to the beach and run around and hold hands and eat ice cream? Listen, go to eHarmony right now. Right now. You can have fun. It's fun to play around with online dating apps, but when you're ready to fall in love with somebody and start a family and have a meaningful relationship, there's only one app built to bring you real love, and that's eHarmony. Come see how eHarmony can change your life right now. Go to eharmony.com and get started. Enter code CHURCH at checkout. Stop sitting at home watching TV by yourself. It's time you went out and changed your life.
Have sex with life.
That's right. And don't forget, pick up my main man's book coming out
April 17th.
You can order it right now. It's #1 on fucking Amazon. I wish you nothing but love.
Thank you, brother.
And success. And hopefully next time I'm in Austin, you won't be on one of your fucking Malaysian fucking excursions and shit. Eating mushrooms and watching boom boom videos. I love you, man. Thank you very much.
Joey.
Don't forget, the Saturday sold out at the Ice House. I think this is a thing, but we added an extra show a week from tomorrow at the Santa Ana Casino. It's a 10 o'clock show. Hopefully I'll see you then. If not, I'll see you dirty savages in Columbus, 420. Stay black. Have a great weekend, and we'll see you again Monday morning. Happy Easter to all you cocksuckers. I love you. Thank you, Lee. Thank you, Aubrey.
Love you guys. Peace.